We can wrap that one up and say just congratulations to Navi picking up the first win of the Dream League here. Well deserved and a scary kind of comp to go against, but also Fnatic, some brilliance coming out there with the support Meepo. And before we go into next game, we're going to talk to Bruno a little bit because we've got Virtus.Pro and Navi coming up in just a moment. I believe the draft might have even started, but Bruno, what do you want to say?
We don't even have a game.
We're not even in the lobby, okay.
That's why I was like, yeah, take it easy.
Like,
no, don't worry. Take it easy. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
it's the first.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I actually wanted to talk because lots of people here are actually interested in what's going on with the Fantasy League. You created a team. We're playing there.
I had a sad
I'm doing amazingly well. I had Trixie and Fly in my team.
So you got 1.5 points.
1.6 points combined. Yes.
For the first game.
No, you had 1.7.
And you're playing against Lumi.
I'm playing against Lumi. I have Dendi. So just like a little bit of a wrap up because I have it here. Who was 12.4 points in this Fantasy League today? Okay. Navi, Dendi, 10.8. Those two are the highest. On the other side, we have Fly with 0.4 and Trixie with 1.3. Who did you have? Hani?
I had Hani and also Kuro.
Well.
Yeah, I know. Hani was the highest scoring on Fnatic.
On Fnatic, 6.6.
And Kuro was the highest scoring support in the game.
8.5.
And I got a total of like 15 points for the first game. And I was playing against Andy, and Andy forgot to put in Funnick. So he, instead of getting 13 points, I still would have won. Doesn't matter. He got like 7.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Could have been better.
But you're playing against Lumi, right? You got 1.5 points.
Who did you have in the team, Lumi?
I had Dendi.
10.8.
I don't know.
And I think you had someone else.
You don't need anybody else.
Did you have Era? Yeah, I think you had Era.
Did I?
No, I have Era.
Oh, okay. Well, you had like
I could check right
18
now.
points or something like
I had
that.
18 points. I'm just wrecking it.
So you probably had Puppy, Dendi and Puppy, I guess. I'm trying to guess.
I had Puppy, yeah.
Yeah, Puppy 7.9. So yeah, I'm just warming up, getting
so
ready.
I'm destroying Andy, who was literally saying that he's going to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
And this week, I'm just going to destroy you.
It's 1 match out of 9.
No, it doesn't matter.
You know what can happen in the next 8 matches? Everything can change.
I picked the player, not the role. You guys are just rollists.
Rollist.
Picking all your carries. I pick like, whatever. Anyway, so hopefully you guys are playing Fantasy League at home and having fun as well. Now we're going to go into Navi versus VP. I actually had Fnatic VP in my higher notes and Navi VP at the bottom, so we'll go with the bottom one. So Navi versus VP. Andy, how are we looking with the...
There's no even lobby yet.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm stretching stuff.
Well, he's yelling at me, we're going into draft now.
Is there... The draft is on the way. Okay.
The draft is on the way.
We got some problems.
Yes. You had to increase the number in
No, I did. I've done this before, believe it or not.
Oh,
I was here last time. And I changed the number to the next number on the list.
Well, at least
the game never showed up.
At least you didn't check your fantasy points backstage and accidentally hit F9 instead of F8.
I've had it up this whole time, and I got. It's nothing. I can't.
Okay. We can do this from the preview monitor.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
All right.
I don't know how that's possible.
We're not the ops, right? Scriff is.
No, we're not the ops.
Yeah,
no, the weapons is there, so we'll have the draft screen.
But I mean, they still have to remake.
They still have to remake because otherwise...
We could just go sit in production and watch it there.
We could take a camera with us as well.
Yeah.
Like the real world Dream League.
Anyways, the draft is on the way. And we're 2 picks in for each team.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad to know that we started the game without us
obviously not listening to me because he keeps saying to me, "We really need the draft now, James. We really need the draft." And I'm like, "I can't bring you the draft. Andy's not in the game, Milton. Lumi's not in the game."
I did my best.
Oh, show us the draft. Can you bring us up the draft somehow?
Scriff is in the draft.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, see, we can see it.
Hey.
We can do it together. Yeah, look, Dondo and Boker. Probably means Lumi's going to get a lot more points.
There you go. Easy.
Jesus.
And Puppy Enigma. He's going to push towers. You know how much points towers are worth? 1 point each.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot, actually.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so now the previous screen is close enough so that Andy can actually read it.
I can see!
You can see!
Because Andy has really bad eyesight, the lovely camera lady, Sarah,
she gets me, man.
Not available.
I think it's Sora.
Has pushed the screen closer to Andy's face. What's up?
It's good.
Never mind. I just corrected it on how you pronounce her name.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm just amazed as to how this transpired. Like, how did it get so far out of control so quickly?
I don't know.
I just... Who do you want to compare? Come on. Let's talk about Kavos and Illidan. It's fun.
All right.
Okay, we're doing a 4-man this because it's completely out of control anyway. So,
let's get Shane up here. Give him a mic.
yeah. Shane, come here.
Just
Camera, you don't
summon
even make
Shane
up.
out of like...
Do you remember Illidan? Like, I want to go back maybe a year ago, Tier 3 qualifiers. This guy was the guy that did all the weird skill builds.
Right.
He'll
He
go
did
1
the-
point on Juggernaut
The
spin,
no breathe fire Dragon Knight.
the no break fire, max Dragon Tail.
Reserve time.
Still to this day cannot abide by that build.
Wait, hold on. What does a check mark mean? That's how
That means
they
the
win.
categories that they
Okay.
have
Exactly,
over the
yeah,
other person.
exactly.
Do you not watch the Dream
But let's
League?
remember,
just-
one of those checks is irrelevant because one of them is deaths.
No,
So that means
exactly.
that...
no. It's
Oh,
the
no, wait,
opposite.
it's lower.
it's the
Yeah,
other
okay.
way around. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, less death,
Got it.
you're better.
Sometimes
James,
it takes me a little while.
James, you don't understand is I'm playing the dumb role to make sure that the viewers at home that's obviously asking the same question to now get a clear explanation from Bruno, James, and Andy. Like how sometimes I ask, hey, Andy, should he have gone Lincoln's? You know, it's like,
I
you
was like,
see,
yeah, it's not a bad question.
Exactly. It is.
I think we fill that role perfectly
All right,
well
anyways, back to the
ourselves.
draft,
Thank you very
and,
much,
we
Lumi.
have Batrider,
Yeah.
Bench, and Lich.
Okay, so you guys, since we're going here, let me place the heroes in the lanes or something. So Navi, Invoker mid?
Navi's turn to pick.
I think so.
Oh, VP just got
It
that.
could also be safe lane, but it's less likely. I think that most invokers are always Quaswex, always mid.
Okay, so let's assume for a moment that we have Batrider mid. Out of those 4 heroes, would you put Batrider mid from Virtus.Pro? You have Lich, Batrider, Bench.
Or Mirana. Mirana
Okay.
actually fares decently well against Quaswex because the base damage is so low.
And G
But-
really likes to play Mirana. He plays
Yeah.
it a lot.
Okay, let's go with
10
Mirana mid then.
10 seconds remaining.
Oops.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm also like incredibly tired
Oh.
of seeing Mirana in pub games because every time I play a game, I just have
That's good.
arrows flying
Reserve
past me the whole
time.
game. It's really frustrating. Just that pressure of knowing that there's a Mirana not on the map.
She's one of my favorite heroes right now, just because how versatile she is.
Yeah.
You can get involved anywhere. Maybe not as much as the Meepo support, but still.
Should we actually thank Sing Sing for that? I think he was the guy that brought Mirana into the competitive metagame
Yes.
back at the MLG tournament in
MLG
Columbus.
Columbus, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot arrow, hit arrow. I think that's how
I'm
we
looking
do it.
forward
yeah,
to
win
MLG Anaheim. That should be a great Dota 2 tournament.
Yeah.
Virtus Pro's
Yeah, I mean,
turn
lots
to
of teams. Very, very good games. So, going back to Dream League for a second,
I'm
please.
okay.
Enigma. Does Enigma
Jungle?
ever offlane anymore?
Not really.
He
There's no
can.
reason to.
He can.
He can.
It's
yeah.
offlane Nyx, man.
Yeah, it's
Like,
offlane.
ban.
I
10
know,
seconds
but-
remaining.
You playing the dumb role?
Yes!
Bruno's like, could you do
Look, okay,
Bruno
guys, we
didn't
can't
know.
all play the dumb role.
Okay, wait.
What if we do? What if we do?
We just ask questions, but no one has any answers.
Look, Bruno didn't even know that disruption doesn't stop Chen Senback, okay?
What didn't even know? You made a similar mistake. No, Lumi made a similar mistake, mechanic mistake, like 2 minutes later.
What?
What? You said
You're like, I had to disrupt him because of the Chen Senback, and we're like, Bruno, that would have saved him.
No,
He would have just got back to
Virtus
base for
Pro's
free.
turn
yeah,
to
but he
pick.
didn't.
You don't know. That's
Because there
because he
was
didn't
no
get sent back.
Yeah.
That Chen wasn't even there. He was like level 3, whatever, man.
Maybe I knew that Chen wasn't there, and I
I'm
was just
over it.
making you mad.
Well, that worked.
Aha.
Congratulations. So, Navi, they pick up ES. They've got a very difficult team to engage into, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
here's a dumb question, Andy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, is Earthshaker pick as a way to kind of counteract against
Navi's
Batrider
turn to
initiation? He
pick.
come in with the blink lasso, you
pretty good.
fissure him, and then you just wreck the Batrider.
pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good
And
until he
Nyx
gets
is
the
great
force
too. I mean, they have a lot of
Oh,
counter
yeah,
initiation.
yeah.
Like Tornado EMP is good to stop it. Then you have Nyx Carapace and stun. Then you have Earthshaker stun. Then you have potentially a Blink Enigma at some point in the game.
Sure.
But VP have gone for the 5 range Drow Aura kill all. Maybe it's going to be Arteezy's Blink Midas Mjolnir Drow. Who knows?
Actually,
Bench
this
and
is
Drow.
Yeah, Bench Drow Aura. This is insane
Yeah.
damage
10
output.
big
seconds
damage.
remaining.
I really like the fact that teams are coming in with strats for this league.
5 seconds remaining.
Virtus.Pro is a best of 1 going up against Navi. You know, you don't expect them to bring in
Reserve
Avenge Drought.
time.
Just
I think heroes like Sniper and Drow are actually going to be seen probably a little bit more now, just because once players start actively using them, even if it's just in pubs, and they show the potential of the hero, like Drow is really good at mowing down towers. If like just because of how much damage her ulti actually gives her, it just gives a little bit of brainstorming capability to drafting, you know?
I want to say I saw Hvos playing Storm.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
He has played it before.
And I didn't see Storm play Invoker. Storm play Invoker. No, that's a bit hard. Hvos play Invoker. So I'm thinking this is
Hey, man.
safe lane Storm.
Havos played Carrie Lena before.
Carolina before, and it went
didn't
well.
work out great, okay?
It went well.
I'm just being honest. It wasn't fantastic, but I liked where his heart was at. He wanted to kill, and he
Prepare
wanted to
for
acquire
battle.
gold through killing enemies, right? So we're just gonna not even.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they
Level 1 smoke.
You don't
Yeah.
have to remake. It's fine. We'll
Yeah,
quadcast this right now. I'm
Well,
not
if
scared.
you're okay casting off the screen,
we're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's
I mean,
fine.
you don't have the ability to click anything. You have to. You're going to have to tell webpads to go look at things you want to
No problem.
Yeah,
cheat.
no, it's almost like I've also done this before.
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
did.
you have done this.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey,
He
what
he didn't have at the studio when we didn't have a computer for him. Remember?
I've done it
I
all,
remember.
man.
Yeah. Can we drop down the last hit menu though? There. Yeah.
There we go. Last
No,
hits are
dude.
really important before the creeps
Weapons is
spawn.
very obedient. We've been training him at the house.
Submissive.
I'm going to let you guys take this game
Level 1
away.
fight. Here comes Sticky Napalm. Good to see a stun on
Oh,
Havo's. The
no,
Fisher
no.
block, and the arrow connects on the back of it.
Come on.
VP looking at the potential first blood. Who gets it? Looks like it's Illidan.
The homos I know.
All right, man. I get it. Get out of
Almost I
here.
know.
Bye.
You
And love.
bastards.
Yeah, we're
All
leaving.
I'm gonna grab the chair, Andy.
right, go grab the chairs. First blood acquired. Some gold in the pocket of Drow, which is pretty needed gold, I would say, considering Drow's one of those hard carries who does pretty well with items last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, I got a curious question. This is not a dumb question. You think that
The battle
Storm is actually gonna
begins.
do much against Drow? Is that the reason why they picked it, like a Storm, against
Well-
Drow? Like you zip in and you're gonna go to work.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the silence, I think it's actually a bit easier to land now that they made it a frontal cone, like kind of works as like deafening does, but way
Yeah,
faster.
yeah.
I think it's a bit easier to land that because you can be
No,
farther away.
I meant picking Storm to counter Drow, not the other way. around.
Oh, you mean jump on the Drow?
Yeah.
Well, I think you.
Navi had the last pick.
Yeah, I think you can get away with it just because the only way to stop that is the Bat Rider, and you already know you have 3 methods of stopping the Bat Rider. So it's like whoever gets the better initiation is pretty much going to win the fight, just flat out. So
Okay.
in that regard, I would still give Navi a bit of an advantage. And
Ooh, this is very interesting.
yeah,
Jada went for Nova first. Screw that sacrifice.
got to do that damage.
All right. I wonder if he skilled that at the level 1
Yeah,
fight.
level 1 fight for
most
sure.
likely. There is that. Dendy's going to be doing okay against mid, but I think Havo's going to really have a tough time on the bottom lane.
Well, he's going to have a tough time already just because he died. But
Right.
against the Bat Rider, I don't really think he does that well because having to walk in so close just to be able to Remnant for CS, that still puts you in a pretty dangerous position. And Storm actually got his base movement speed nerfed. So he's 5 speed slower than before, which means that there's potential for very, very aggressive tower diving from a Bat Rider in those situations. So we'll see how well it gets played out. But I still think that Navi's draft is a bit more solid during the mid game, but it does have its potential during that time, and then it starts to fall off.
Again, once the BKB comes out, or like similar to how the Meepo fell off last game?
Yeah, just when your team is primarily comprised around dealing magic damage, like ES, Invoker, even Storm to an extent does a heck of a lot of magic damage, and Nyx is pretty much all magic damage, there's going to reach that like 30, 35 minute point where BKBs are going to start coming out on
Sure.
the Drow, maybe the Mirana even, and then you're going to have not a great time.
Yeah, I think that's where Navi will start have to rely on things like Hexus on your Invoker, Storm going in and prevent BKB from going off, or maybe even the Black Hole to deal with those BKB, but that's very, very far off from then, so we'll kind of leave that point. But Virtus.Pro so far with the first blood doing okay. Kuroki finds a haste rune, but I don't really think he could do much. Do you think that Kuroki should be a mid and just keep Invoker safe? Or do you think he should be a bot and keep the Storm safe? It feels like both lane needs a little bit of help.
I think keeping the Storm safe is a better bet because if you're going mid, the Lich is going to be sacrificing creeps every single wave
Sure,
anyway,
yeah.
so there's no real way you're going to deal with that. And then you're splitting the experience even thinner between you and a hero who needs levels a heck of a lot more than you do. Sure, Storm is level reliant, but he also needs a bit of breathing room to be able to farm up for what I would hope is going to be a fast Orchid for him, but I'm not really kind of seeing it right now. And yeah, it looks like Kuro's just decided to make the transition to the bottom lane and just try to do what he can. But even this, I don't feel like this is really favoring Navi that much, just having a second person down here, because what happens if Kuro pulls? He can just walk down and do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about dying because he knows that Havos doesn't have high enough level and pull to really threaten him with a fissure. You know?
Yeah. Pulling against a Bat Rider is somewhat dangerous because when you have the creep wave on your tower, it's very easy for the Bat Rider to dive. The only thing that Storm has against that is using the Remnant and maybe counterpull, but it seems like a Bat Rider is going to go straight into the camp and take a little bit of experience here.
Yeah, he's going to get some. And I would read his name because I know
exactly where
James gave us that like feedback. He's like, say the player names, but I can't read it, man.
Yeah.
I'm blind. I'm legally blind.
That looks like a Z or a Harry Potter Thunder mark.
We'll call him Thunder.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Or I'm
Alright.
blind.
So, 2 lanes right now, I would say pretty heavily, actually maybe even 3, favoring VP. Because the Drow's the highest on the farm right now, by a pretty good margin, I would say. So Illidan's obviously having a good time. He got first blood too. And then you have
Dire's
bottom,
top tower
where
is under attack.
A gank is coming. Fissures.
Yeah.
Oh, the Fissure block Enigma, so that's going to be it. And Thunder easily makes it out of there. I'm sorry.
I know, man. It's actually, it's pretty difficult. But we'll man up. We'll make it through, man. Just me and you.
All right, looks like with the Lich leaving here, Shadow Fiend, or not Shadow Fiend, Dendi is now taking control of that mid lane just a little bit before NS now roaming down. I don't think they actually could get a kill on Dendi, especially with 3 points.
Has to be a long arrow in order to get this kill. Like, G has to be in a really good spot.
Maybe he could do the lead arrow and then follow it up. Here we go.
Here we go.
Missile
Yeah,
arrow,
he's dead.
snow.
No, maybe not.
Wow,
Maybe not.
Lucian.
Can he invoke fast? Nope.
No.
He tried to turn for the tornado, but he couldn't quite get it, so.
So a tiny thing that Dendi did there, which you should try to do if you're playing Invoker, when he saw the initiation coming, he put
Triple claws.
triple claws, which gives you regen. Didn't help him there, but some smaller cases, it might give him a chance to survive.
The other thing is, too, is if you go triple class before you get stunned, all you have to do is hit W and then invoke and then ghost walk.
Yes.
You don't have to hit like the QQW. You don't have to hit the whole thing. You just have to hit 3 buttons instead of, what is it, 5? So, definitely, even though he died, you know, pretty high level stuff.
Yeah, doing the correct thing. So Drow Ranger, for those of you guys that haven't seen him, excuse me, pro games too much, she is kind of a different beast of a carry / semi-carry. She gets online very, very quickly, and kind of a mid-game beast. So we'll see if Illidan's gonna maybe push a lot of towers or maybe take an early Roshan, using that early agility from marksmanship.
You can just get a Dominator and solo it at level 7 or 6. Like, that's how much damage she does. Because if you stand at the edge of the Roshan pit, he doesn't sit and hit you the whole time. He'll actually back up for about 2 or 3 swings, which is usually enough for you to steal enough life back to be able to tank it just indefinitely. And if you get a Frost Armor or something like that, or even have Venge standing nearby, or get an arrow from mid, right, it's very, very easy to steal. But I think that Navi are pretty keen to that. And Storm is already level 6, so Havos is going to be able to do some work starting a little bit soon. At the very least, he can TP for counter ganks now, if he had a TP, which is pretty important. But bottom.
Okay, RB.
Yeah, he's going to get lassoed. He wants to drag him up to the high ground, but he got double stunned. He's not even going to make it, unfortunately. But he's going to get Frost Blast. Puppy looks like he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Firefly still up. Courier coming in as well. The arrow looks like, wow, that actually hit. Not look like it was going to make contact there, but G, he secures the kill from mid, long distance.
Puppy on my fantasy league. I don't know, man. That was a good rune check.
Dude, you can't even complain. I forgot to put a player in, okay?
That's not my fault.
But I lost. I freaking lost, man. Not good.
It's only for this day, right? Don't they compare the entire points?
Yeah, it's the entire team, because every week, every player actually plays in a game. So it's not until the end of the week that we'll know who actually won.
Okay, so we're good.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
looks like
thank you, Scriff.
Illidan is going to be getting a kill on Funnick in top lane with the help.
Very curious how that happened if Scriff would showed us.
That was not Scriff, it's Webos.
Or Webus.
Oh, Puppy. He's going to find us in the woods. There's the...
My shadow.
Yeah.
He's going to make it out.
Oh, yeah, the sentry.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
Rest in peace, NS. That was some serious behind enemy line stuff, but even given that, they gave Illidan another kill. So I still think it's worth it.
Oh, actually, very curiously, to point this out, there is a enemy at Gotta taking a little bit. He's not going to die from this. I don't think so, but as I say that here, Impel from long range, not going to hit Tornado, and barely enough damage. What a play from Dendi. That was pretty impressive stuff. I did not expect that from happening. G, though, coming up from Starstorm, not going to hit here.
What a carry pace this is.
Cancel the leap. G, he is dead.
Wow, that was really sick actually by Puppy. Caught him right in the edge. I am not ballsy enough to ever try black holes like that. You know what I mean? Like I go for the you have to be in the center of my circle black holes. I'm not taking the risk. But he just knows the hero so well that he's like, you know what, man? I'll catch you on the edge.
Sure, no problem.
No big deal.
Here I saw a observer on the ancient camp for Navi, but it looks like it disappeared now. And I was wondering why that was there.
Man, what's it like to be able to see the minimap?
Radiant's
See it at
top
all.
tower is under attack.
Oh man, Drasco needs his reading glasses.
Dude, it's bad. It's like, it's almost like I'm watching Kaleidoscope Dota from here. which is why I
Can you see-
desperately need to be in the lobby.
Can you see the Drow putting up
Radiant
mad deeps on the tower
structures
though?
are
I
fortified.
can't actually see how much health is being taken from the tower, but I know it's a Drow,
Radiant's
so I know
bottom
it's probably a
tower is under
decent amount.
attack.
Okay.
Funnick's gonna pop the
Oh,
Vendetta.
yeah.
Here comes Havos. They want to jump straight onto Illidan. Even tries for a TP. Very optimistic, and it's gonna be pretty much a free kill here
There you
for
go.
Navi and Havos. He gets it, but he did buy his Helm of the Dominator before he died. I could see that.
Dire's middle
You know,
tower
I can make
is
out
under
basic
attack.
shapes.
Okay.
It's just hard to see most stuff. Tornado on mid Dendy, gonna throw out the EMP afterwards. Puppy's there to throw out the Malefice as well. Looks like Jotham's gonna be taking a fall there. TP coming in. It's gonna be NS, but he can't really do anything here. I mean, he just TP'd to pay
he
homage
might
to his
die here.
teammate.
Cold snap.
And
Do
Dendy
we
wants to
have
go
it?
back in. I don't think it's off cooldown. Yeah, still
Dire's
7
top
seconds left.
tower is
That was
under
7, right?
attack.
Yes.
Holy shit.
You're getting it.
I'm concentrating, man.
Yeah.
I have to like focus really hard to be able to see.
It's good. It's good. So, you know, earlier you were talking about how, as we have
Radiant's
and
bottom
Dendy,
tower
like
is
he
under
just comes
attack.
in for a couple of right clicks, and we're saying, oh no, there's no way he's gonna get the kill because he doesn't have cold snap.
Dire's
But
top
if you
tower
continuously
is
harass
under
like this,
attack.
the next opportunity you have that cold snap, you do get the kill, and you can see that the Vengeful Spirit escapes me right now. NS is
NS,
having
yeah.
a tough time. Moonlight Shadow is going to be used. I think they're going to try to set up a kill on the mid lane on a black hole-less Puppy.
I think they should be able to get it. One stun. Oh, he even goes for the swap
I
first.
don't
Here
know
comes the
about-
lasso as well. Blink on the Batrider. Nice carapace by Funnick. Actually gets an impale onto the Chain Frost is going to be used as well. And the Vendetta hit will secure the kill on Jotham. Funnick is going to be paying with his life, however. Wow, that bounce. What? Like, what the heck
10
was
bounces.
that?
10 bounces, man. And or are you talking about the
Not the
long range?
distance,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That was like an 800 to 900 range bounce. Kuro? Really walking by his friend?
So apart from that good engagement from
Dire's
Virtus.Pro,
top tower
we
is
talked about
under
how
attack.
Virtus.Pro had the better lanes. What
Dire's
made Navi kind of
structures
had
are
this good
fortified.
comeback here as they were kind of taking the lead as well?
Oh.
Havos,
He's fine,
he's
he's fine.
fine. Yeah, there's no silence from Drow. Yeah, what allowed Navi to actually have this kind of crazy comeback throughout these kind of early games?
It's just the area control that they have is so large, like behind a storm, even a tornado and a fissure are very long range that a lot of people have a hard time perceiving how far away you have to actually be to be safe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of these fights I think just happen simply because VP thinks they're safe when they're really not. Like this, for example.
Long range
NS thinks he's
initiation.
okay.
Long range follow-up. and then-
He's not good. He's dead. You know? It's not great.
Dire's middle
That's
tower
unfortunate.
is
And
under
the
attack.
problem with all these long-range spell means for Illidan is that he really won't have a good area to farm in. Like, he can't farm that top lane, for example. So I think with that Helm of Mask of... whatever the lifestyle item is called, he should be jungling a little bit more.
And I
Dire's
think that
middle tower
once
is
you
under
lose your
attack.
tier 1s and you're a Drow,
Yes.
suddenly your game becomes really freaking difficult, especially when you die again. And that's going to be a killing speed for
Dire's
Havos.
top
Arrow from
tower
G
is
makes
under
contact on
attack.
Havos. He's pretty much totally out of mana. He's actually got 2 Oblivion stats towards his Orchid. Here comes Blinken. They're going to find Kuro. Lasso's there. Another nice carapace from Funnick. His reactions have been more or less spot on so far. Dendy from the back throws out an EMP. Looks like Earthshaker is going to end up going down, so Kuro not too happy about that, but they should be able to pick up G. He actually aggressively leaped in to go for a support kill. Dendy, in the meantime, he's going to be picking off Jotham. Black Hole on just one, despite for the Vengeful Spirit. Batrider the only one left. Thunder, he's trying to make it out. It ain't gonna happen. Looks like a tier 1's gonna be coming off the back of this too. And
Dire's top
a lot of
tower
this to
has
me
fallen.
is simply Navi knowing when they have to take the fights, where they have to take them, and how the best thing they can do to stop Illidan from really getting the game that he wants.
Yeah, to me, this just shows that sometimes it doesn't matter if you don't have the best lane in terms of draft. I have to remind you that Stormster had to solo against the Batrider. Well, I say solo, Kuroki was there with the Earthshaker sometimes. But, I mean, Havos has, what, 11, 12-minute Orchids
Yeah.
for...
And treads.
For losing, yeah, and treads. It's not like he just rushed it. For losing the lane. And when I say losing lane, he didn't have a good time there. Shows you, like, yeah, you just take advantage of the weakness of this Drow, teleport up top lane, and just get, what, 3, 4, 5 kills. And now you're Gucci. You're ganking now.
Suddenly game isn't so bad. And it looks like Dendy is actually going for Yules. Now how do you feel about Quaswex Yules? Because I know I like it actually in a lot of cases because it's very easy to make sure that you guarantee your EMP.
Sure.
Since so many invokers who go this build have pretty low levels of invoke given the level that they are. Some people opt to go 1 Exort just for things like Deafening and Ice Wall. That's actually what I do, but Dendy has opted to go for the 2 early invoke. How do you feel about Lucas Yules actually gonna have to wait because Funnick's super dead?
Yeah.
But you know, you could probably just answer anyway because he
He's
wasn't
dead.
really getting away
Yeah.
from that.
I actually, perhaps he got it for more of the utility reasons, like how it's good. Obviously, mono regen, the
Dire's
movement
top
speed
tower
works
is
so
under
well when
attack.
you have things like Phase and the 3 Wex Orbs. the ability to cancel silence from Drow Ranger. When Bat Rider comes in and lasso one of your allies, you take him up in the air. I just think like all of the other things it does for you, in addition to all those you know, the EMP-ness that you talked about, I just think it's a great item. Sure, it's not giving you like a Deathwing Blast and Sunstrike and all that stuff, but it's still a great item.
Sentry down, Kuro sees him. He goes for an enchant instead of using Echo first, so he's going to eat an arrow to the face. Ends up dropping immediately. Blink still up, but he's going to get hit by a tornado. Dendi, very nicely done. Stops the Blink counter initiation coming out from VP.
But fine, I think, because I mean that was a 3-4-man smoke gank, and they got an Earthshaker, and they will
Well, it was Mirana ulti.
Oh, well, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now they will smoke up for the first time, and then you now go for Havos, but how do you actually get them? You have to get a silence and then a magic missile, perhaps? Or maybe a swap into a silence?
I think it's too hard, actually, to gank him. Because
Blink Lasso.
you can silence farther away than you can actually auto-attack on that hero, and plus it pushes him back.
Yes.
So you're basically throwing him away. Wow, what an arrow. It's Funnick. Does stun him. Here comes the EMP combo onto poor Thunder. And he ends up going down. Orchid on a Jot. I'm not going to see a Chain Frost coming out just yet. And Navi, they want to pursue this. Illidan still stuck in the high ground. Defensive swap from NS. Wants to get into the tower, but Funnick will not be denied. Throws at the Impale. It's going to be a double for Funnick, and Dendi gets a kill in the meantime. Poor Lich, man. He feels like the Trixie of this game. He just unfortunately couldn't get his ulti. They're diving on NS now. Arrow gonna land on Puppey, but gee, what really can he do at this point?
He can leap out.
I mean, he did. But I'm just saying, VP feels incredibly behind, just in every sense. They just don't have a solidified way of taking a good fight. Yeah. Even with Blink Initiation, they can't do anything.
I mean, Blink Initiation is nice, but they could only, like, they barely kill one. And it's now with things like Yule Scepter, Fissure, those long-range way of dealing with it, they just have no way to now to kind of continuously win the fight. Kuroki, as well as Dendi, just tanking this tier 1 tower. They really want this one. We're gonna wait for when Glyph comes out. And no, they're gonna tank it a little bit more. Okay.
Oh, TP's coming in. NS going down. EMP going to be used. NS is not even getting a spell off. He just TP'd into death. That was unfortunate. So, tower and a support down. Yule's going to be used on Jeep, and he's going to casually leap away.
So my question is, do you have any Navi players on your fantasy league?
I actually don't think I do.
You have Funnick, but you don't have him in this game.
Oh, yeah, I have Funnick, but he's not. Man, why isn't Funnick playing for me right now? Funnick, please.
Funnick is wrecking right now.
I mean, I can't be mad at him. It's my fault, you know. He could be getting me some sick points. I could be crushing James, but instead I just totally forgot to put him in.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
I know I have Dendi and I have Puppey, and
they're both doing very well.
Exactly.
Your team is... You're playing against Bruno, right?
Yeah, Bruno's a knockover. So.
Yeah. Bruno's got like 1/2 of a point.
See, the fantasy league doesn't reward you more for how hard you're winning. It just gives you the same amount of points, regardless of you just win.
Radiant's
Blink
middle
forward.
tower is under
NS is
attack.
going to eat a Malphus. Tornado coming out as well from Dendi. Long range. MP is going to follow, but it's going to whiff.
When you're this far ahead, here's an easy question to answer. When you're this far ahead, how do you close out a game for some of our like newer viewers?
Okay, so if you're Navi, you clearly have pretty darn good initiation potential. The best thing to do is to always keep lanes pushed, always occupy your enemy's jungle, and as seldom as you can, retreat to your side of the map, because the name of the game is pressure. And you either win by initiation and just taking really good fights, or you win by asphyxiating the team that you're playing against by just consuming the whole map. Instead of giving them 3 lanes and a jungle to farm, you just go deep.
Exactly like this, right? Yeah. Roaming behind tier 2, gets 1 kill.
You get them where you think they're safe.
Oh man, the blink in, the blink out here. Illidan's gonna get swapped back here by NS. Nice lasso, but immediate Yule Scepter. That's the utility. Nice silence here coming out from Illidan to keep his ally safe. And he's actually going in here. Arrow's gonna hit, but they just don't have enough damage output. Navi's fighting behind tier 2 towers. They're gonna win this fight easily. Where's the 1-man black hole? He doesn't have mana. He's gonna get.
He wants to, man. He really wants to.
He blinks back out.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But yeah, typically, this is pretty textbook Navi, to be honest. They know as soon as they have an advantage, they start taking fights all over the place. They always give themselves multiple ways to start engagements. They can do it with Dendi. They can do it with Havost. They can even do it with Funnick, honestly, or Puppey at this point, because he has a Blink Dagger. So there's multiple methods for them to play aggressive, which is what they love to do. Done and Yule's there was a little bit mistimed, and Arrow's going to be a bit off the mark. But NS, nonetheless, going to be going down. And it's 21-9. I think that VP are kind of running out of options very quickly here. I think that's kind of obvious, as was that ward placement, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that immediately get sentryed. But, you know, Kuro, he did it, man. He did his best.
You gotta try sometimes. If you get away with that ward, you get so much vision. So it's a good try. So here's a harder to answer question. If you're VP, you're so far behind with carries such as Mirana as well as Drow that needs a lot of room to get back into the game. Well, I was going to ask how they're going to get back in the game. It does not start by Illidan getting picked off like this.
Well, I don't know if he's even going to go down. Dendy still has a tornado.
Yeah,
Oh, he blinks forward.
Okay.
Very aggressive. Curl coming in from the side. Havos gets G in the meantime. And yeah, that's going to be another black hole. Chain Frost doing quite a bit of work here. Unfortunately, Jadam's not going to seal any kills with it. And it looks like 3 down again on the side of EP. So I'll tell you how to not get back in the game. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's really
It's not their
hard.
fault. Like, when you have so many blinks, let's count out the blinks. So if you have 1 on Invoker, you have 1 on Funnick, you have 1 on Puppy, and then obviously Havos has 1 built in naturally.
Right. It's actually better than a blink.
Yeah.
Costs mana, but I think it's worth the mana cost given what it actually...
Given that it's free, you don't have to spend 2150, you know?
I'm just saying. It's not bad. I love this draft from Navi because it's very fitting for their style of play. And whenever they get lineups like this, and I'll be honest, Funnick's Nyx has got to be like the best Nyx. I don't think there's anybody who plays that hero better than him. Like every stun hits multiple heroes. And let's remember, it's not a targeted stun anymore.
Yep.
This is like, you got to line it up.
Okay, long arrow hits.
That doesn't
no
matter.
way.
Yeah.
Moonlight Shadow's not going to work here. Illidan gets figured, and Tornado's going to come in. Storm as well, and Dendy. What an initiation. Look at it. When these guys go, they all go. Coordination is insane.
Yeah. I mean, this does not look like the Navi that I saw in the MLG TKO.
Yeah.
This looks like a Navi who came to win.
Yeah, this looks like the TI2 to TI3 finals Navi, where they are wrecking hard. And they make it look easy. 28-9 is the final score.
Yeah, no doubt. I have to say, I didn't think that VP's draft was necessarily terrible by any means, but I do think that it left themselves pretty vulnerable during the mid-game. We were talking about how they kind of had to make it to a point where they could actually get BKBs. Navi just never gave them the opportunity.
Right.
Even though the lanes didn't go phenomenally well for
They
Navi.
got first blood, remember?
Yeah, they got first... Well, right, but he got first blooded. Right?
No, I'm saying, yeah, VP did well early. They got first blooded,
Yeah.
or they first blood somebody, they won mid because